Hi YouTube, my name is Jay Brown. Welcome back to my channel. So today, you guys, I have another vlog. And this video, I want to talk about a few brands that I think could use and make over a brand refresh, however you want to put it. But these brands need a little help me out. The first brand I think needs a makeover and a serious refresh is Michael Kors. I know. And let me just give the disclaimer, you guys. Don't come for me. Do not come for me. But if you disagree, I do want to hear about it. I'm going to say some of y'all's favorite brands. I'm sorry. But I feel like these brands need a little zhuzh. They need a little help me out. They need a little of that magic that Stuart Vivers has brought over to Coach. Yes. Okay? Michael Kors. I know, you guys. For me, I like Michael Kors. But if you notice, honestly, I feel like outside of the bag community, and even within the bag community, some folks are no longer checking for Michael Kors. To me, a lot of the styles, the silhouettes, the materials, they have become very, very stale. I understand that brands may have their staple pieces, but some of these items in Michael Kors collection have been the exact same for 10, 15 years. They have not been updated or improved. And in some cases, some of the changes made to the bags, they've gone in the opposite direction. So for example, the large jet set tote. I was looking at the most recent one I purchased in comparison to one of my older ones, and it has less organization and pockets on the inside. Why would you do that? If anything, women need pockets and we need organization in these bags. Or not women, people, because everybody carries bags. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing that I've noticed is an outright decline in the quality and materials being used to make some of these bags. So I'm finding when you shop on the Michael Kors website, you really have to look and pay attention to the materials of the bag, because sometimes looking at these bags, and I'm not talking about the signature print bags, the bags that are leather or appear to be leather. Oftentimes, looking at these bags, you are thinking that you're getting a good deal because you're like, oh my gosh, it's this low price for this leather bag. But if you look at the details for that bag, oftentimes those bags are vegan leather or otherwise just not leather at all. But the price doesn't necessarily match the materials. So me personally, I'm not going to spend big money on a vegan leather bag that is really giving just like something that I could have picked up from Ross or Burlington, like a no-name bag that almost is giving Juicy Couture type of quality in terms of materials for a full price. I'm not doing it. Like I shouldn't be spending $100+ on a bag like that. Also, I do have a few Michael Kors items that have quality issues. Like a few of my backpacks have wear and tear that occurred a little bit too fast in my liking. So I feel like some things Michael Kors just kind of needs to go back to the drawing board on, and for goodness sake, stop using vegan leather but then not adjusting your price accordingly. I also get confused on the Michael Kors website differentiating between outlet and retail bags. And because they have sales so frequently, I am no longer inclined to pay full price for anything Michael Kors. But it's also very difficult for me to tell which bags are retail and which bags are outlet. And so because of that, I just try to wait for a sale in general. And one thing that I noticed is Michael Kors has very little marketing. Like aside from being on social media, I don't really hear or see the brand out there very much. The next brand, you guys. The next brand that I feel needs a makeover or just a refresh, Marc Jacobs. I know, you guys, I know you're like, for real, Jay? Yes, because I personally, as much as I love Marc Jacobs and I love the tote bags, I'm tired of seeing that branding on everything. Everything does not need to say the tote bag, the wallet, the beauty bag, the wristlet. Okay, we get it. It was nice. It was catchy. It made you stand out for your brand. Like, it's very discernible that it's you, Marc Jacobs. But at this point, I feel like it's very, it's a shtick and it's run its course. So we can go ahead and move on into other designs and other creative outlets. Marc Jacobs had some of the most iconic designs for Louis Vuitton. So I was really hoping to see some of that creativity within his own brand. And I feel like we haven't seen that. Yeah, we just haven't seen that, and I'm frankly tired of seeing it. Also, a lot of the new spring items from Marc Jacobs, it's a miss for me. I do like the sticker print. I think the sticker purse strap and like the jewelry that came out with that collection, it's really pretty. Would I buy it? No, I don't. It's a little bit too busy for me, but I think the items, the bags and stuff, they're really cute. If you are a colorful, whimsical kind of person, then that is going to be fantastic for you. The dual bag was released for this spring. Y'all, that bag is ugly. That bag is just a no for me. It is a rectangular shape east-west bag, and I guess it's called the dual bag because it has multiple carry options. You can carry it shoulder carry, or you can shorten up the straps somehow to make it a little top handle. But to me, the straps are just weird. The shape of the bag is weird. It has a flap closure that's just flat out ugly. Just throw the whole bag away. Personally, I can tell that bag is probably going to end up on clearance or in some good spring and summer sales very soon, because who is going to buy it? And lastly, I feel like Marc Jacobs, when he came out with that tote bag, it exploded in popularity, and just that shape and style of tote bag really made other brands stop and take notice and release similar styles of totes. So for example, Coach had already had the Dempsey line, which honestly, now that I own a few Dempseys, and this is Coach Outlet, now that I own a few Dempseys, the Dempsey is way better than the tote bag and is actually cheaper. And I say it's better because the handles of the bag actually fold up and fold down. They're not just kind of stuck up all the time in a stationary position. So I like that you have the option to fold those handles down and they're out of your way. But Coach also came out with cargo totes in various materials. So I have the denim cargo tote, which is absolutely one of my favorite bags. And then Coach just came out with the cargo tote in leather. And I think that's a game changer, and it would be a direct competitor to Marc Jacobs tote bags in leather. So I just felt like they just need a refresh, like just start over. You can stop putting the tote or the whatever item on all of the products. We don't need to do that no more. And I say that as somebody with several Marc Jacobs totes. We just don't need to do that anymore. The next brand that needs a refresh is Gucci. I feel like Gucci is so stale and so dusty right now with what they're currently selling. Their pieces, yes, some of them are classics, but we've been looking at the same classics for, I feel like, at least a good 10 to 15 years. There has not been much change at all. And I'm not saying that they should move towards Louis Vuitton and dropping new collections every 3 months or so, because LV is really moving towards fast fashion. So I'm not saying that Gucci should do that, but I don't hear of anyone really seeking out their bags anymore. I'm not seeing any it bags. I don't see any trending Gucci bags anymore. They have their staples like the Marmont bags and the Ophidia bags. But other than that, you guys, like, when was the last time you saw a Gucci bag and you were like, I got to have that? Or if they do have some iconic bags, at this point, brands like Kate Spade and Coach have duped them so well, why would you need to spend the money on the Gucci bag? They are also going the way of Louis Vuitton with unjustified price increases. There are items that I've been watching for several years now, and they have slowly but surely crept up a few $100s in price for no real reason. The function of the bag is not changed. There's no improvements to the bag. There's no reason for it other than they just needed to increase the price. Gucci is struggling a bit, so that may explain some of the price increases, but that's not going to help you sell more bags if your goal is to increase your profits. And I really feel like overall Gucci is just not keeping up with market designs and trends. Like they're not keeping pace with what most bag lovers are really into right now. Do they still have some nice classic designs? Absolutely. But once you have already added those to your collection, there's nothing there to actually draw you back to the brand. And so that is concerning for me. And then here's a bonus brand that I think could use a refresh, but I don't want them to take it too far. Dooney and Burke. I know y'all, hear me out. There are certain silhouettes and certain pieces that are very popular in other brands that I think Dooney would be able to do better. I feel like Dooney has some of the best materials and craftsmanship out there, period, even in comparison to luxury. But I feel like they just need a little modernization, but don't go crazy with it. I want them to stay true to who they are as a brand, true to their craftsmanship, but just give us something a little new, a little fresh. And again, don't do like Coach and Louis Vuitton and drop collections every 15 minutes. That's not what we need, but we do need something new and something fresh. So I want to hear from you guys in the comments. What brands do you think need a refresh or some rebranding? Do you agree with me on the brands that I listed? Do you want to hear from you guys in the comments? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.